looking for answers, but I'm blinded by the light. I'm lost in the music, can I stay here for the night? I promise I'll be gone in the morning, out of sight and out of mind. Standing still, it's like you're stuck in a nightmare, but you keep doing it for the thrill. Well, this is reality, you only live it once, so wake up from your dream. But just for tonight, let the lines get blurred, let your thoughts be free, let your thoughts be free.
Hello everybody. Hello, Steve-O.
Good evening, James.
Been a while, man. Who are you? Stranger? How dare you be on holiday? Every stream I was doing, it was like, where's Steve-O? Where's Steve-O?
Well, we'd already had one person complaining, what are you streaming tonight for? There's no Premier League games. And I was so tempted to tell him to F off. But...
Well, yeah, no, how dare we? And I mean...
You've ruined me, because every time someone complains...
Stay in your lane, mate!
Yeah,
here we go.
I just do your impression.
Stay in your lane. Stick to FPL!
Truth of the matter is, I just felt like streaming tonight. I thought Man United were playing tonight. I don't understand why they're the only
Not
game
a big
on
enough
tomorrow.
club, D-Musk. That's why the Arsenal game's not on anywhere.
Yeah, I do find it a bit of a missed opportunity for someone like Sky or various other channels.
They're streaming Man City game, aren't they?
Yeah, but one game they could be streaming a couple more.
Costs money, mate, doesn't it?
Does it?
Yeah. If they put bids in to do games, they've got to pay the money, haven't they?
Hold on, Mendy there with a attempted clearance.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. Yeah. You're about 5 seconds ahead. Great.
Well, it's better than 30 seconds ahead.
What was that, mate? You from the future. Hey, Dread. Hey, Max. Where's Steve-O? Why are you not reading chat? Yeah.
There was someone when you were live that said that the other day.
Yeah?
You had to comment. I think you actually commented and you just basically said, I am reading the chat. It's just I can't stop reading just for one person.
I'm so sorry, Steve-O. Can you just shut up a minute? Because there's some real comments that I want to read out in the chat. Yeah, I just... Imagine if I did that every couple of minutes. Just saying, oh, hang on, guys, stop a sec. You know, got to catch up with the chat.
Oh, it's tragic.
And it's normally something stupid like, who should I captain this week? You know. Hello, Joel.
In all seriousness, we're here covering the Carabao Cup games. I've got the Nottingham Forest fighting tonight, Jay. Surprised by that? Perisic as well.
Maybe they want to try a chance of winning some silverware. So.
Yeah, I'm surprised though. Do they? I mean, Kane
against Forest though. Yeah, Kane is. Yeah, they're very light up front.
Yeah.
What we'll say is though. In fact, am I actually going to remember what I was going to say? Oh yeah. Are you worried about the Quadremium team?
So, in all seriousness,
ridiculous, isn't it?
It's ridiculous, and also, have you not thought about just doing it as a -20?
Yeah, right. Just give you my position. Hello, Steve-O. See you, Steve-O.
Because
you overtaken me.
From a, how much money is in the bank left for you?
0.1.
So the likelihood of in the next 3 days, those 4 rising in price is probably quite high, along with the other players.
Really?
Going to bring in. Well, yeah, you're talking the most popular players in the game at the moment. And
Kane's at wasn't he something like 80-something% chance?
I don't know.
I don't know what Haaland is at. Hello, Darby boy. Yeah, Jason, doing minus. What would be the point in doing that the week before having unlimited transfers? That would be stupid, Steve-O. No way am I doing it. No way.
Firstly, Alvarez won't be playing.
If he doesn't play, then I get what should we call it, off the bench?
Andres.
Yeah.
He'll come off the bench. Alvarez will come off the bench. That's the issue. He's not gonna not get any.
If he comes off the bench, then so be it. It's not the end of the world. I could do Solanke in. I'm not gonna though.
To play against
ahead of time. Not a really good time to bring him in.
Because your team is it's looking pretty solid for this weekend, but the fact that
it's looking fine for this weekend, to be honest with you. No Haaland is a worry, but I'll captain Salah.
Oh, you're going to Salah, are you?
Yeah, 100%, yeah. Against Southampton, definitely, yeah.
Wow. So you're not going to be backing Kevin De Bruyne at home to a woeful Brentford away from home, who concede lots and lots of goals to a team that scored lots and lots of goals at home.
Not currently, no. Hello, Clickus.
Salah, eh?
You're not influencing me, Steve-O. Like literally, you can't come on the show going, "Oh, you're not thinking about doing your -20 now." Oh,
the thing is though, the fact that you took
captain in Salah, are you? Oh, okay.
On a minute, we got a goal at Arsenal.
We have got a goal at Arsenal.
1-0.
Hang on, I need to check.
Nketiah.
All right, okay.
Nketiah has scored for Arsenal. Assist from Marquinhos, whoever that is.
Of course.
So, Arsenal continue their continuing dominance. Obviously, West Ham, everybody, if you don't know, are losing 1-0 to Blackburn, who we're playing on Sunday. So that'd be interesting to see if Blackburn beat West Ham tonight. Both Burnley and Blackburn then going through into the next round. Marquinhos of Arsenal. He's on the right-hand side.
Right.
Behind the three, Nelson and Vieira.
Some players I don't even have a clue about. Malcolm Frudendorf is playing for Liverpool, whoever that is.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Completely, which is good for me and you with the triple Liverpool that we've got. Very good for us.
Also, as well, I don't want to be doing. I don't really want to be taking Darwin and Firmino out ahead of Southampton at home.
Are you not?
So this in relation to your question about, do you know what we're going to do to -20, mate, before the unlimited transfers? But I'm not doing a -20 just get Haaland in. No way.
It's not just Haaland though. It's Kane. He's got Leeds, and I literally.
Well, they're not gonna pay me back that 20 points.
Who would you be getting rid of though?
So I'll be getting rid of Firmino, Darwin, who have both got Southampton at home. All right, I'll be getting rid of Rashford, who's got Fulham away. I'll be bringing in Almiron, and we're bringing in Solanke and Haaland. And I'd be getting rid of Cancelo and bringing in Patterson. So no way I wouldn't be doing that -20 now.
But
no
what
way.
if? Okay, so you're 0.1.
I'm 0.1 in the bank. Yeah.
You find out that 2 of the players are going to go for definite.
Then I'll have to make a move. I'll have to make a move early. But I don't know if there's any. I mean, that would be a real problem.
City on the attack at the moment. Grealish on the left-hand side, charging forward.
Solanke's going up.
Okay.
So I might just do Solanke in for Alvarez then straight off the bat. Yeah. Yeah, seriously, might just do Solanke in for Alvarez tonight, right now.
Okay.
Well, if he's going up, I don't want to risk getting priced out. But then I'm also looking at Haaland as 90.
We've got a goal at Southampton.
Have we?
Sheffield Wednesday are winning 1-0.
What? It's not come through on the old website at the moment.
This is why you listen to the radio.
Oh, it has now. It's come through. Yeah.
Yeah, Sheffield Wednesday. Oh, Grealish with a long-range effort there, just wide.
You literally are 5 seconds in front of me. It's so annoying. Haaland could be going up in the next few days. He's 96.9 on FPL statistics. It's literally just those two. It's just Haaland and Solanke that are close to rising.
Yes, yeah.
Which would, of course, throw me out a bit. I don't want to do the -20 though. I don't want it and if I do the Solanke move, I can absorb that Haaland rise, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to absorb that Haaland rise, but I will have to.
Because I'll let you know now. I've already done my transfers. I've done a -4.
Really?
Yeah, I've done it.
What have you done?
It is. Let me just think this. Skamaka, Zaha, and Trent out for your mate Ben White.
Oh, you're getting my bloody players in.
Yeah, and Kulusevski.
Oh man, that sucks. That really sucks because you just.
I had to do it because I don't want Skamaka in my team. I can't stand him, and there's no strikers other than Solanke, but I'm not really interested in him.
You didn't have to do it.
I did because of money. Skamaka's going down in price. I wouldn't have been able to do the move.
I'm disappointed in you, Steve.
Darwin looks fantastic at the moment. He's up against abysmal Southampton team, and Kulusevski looked gorgeous against Liverpool when he came on, and I think he's given them some oomph, and he'll definitely be playing against Leeds, and I genuinely expect that to be a battering for Leeds. I think that Leeds are going to have a bit of a hiding there. I think Tottenham have every opportunity to score maybe 3 or 4 goals.
-20 is just Too much. Can't do that now.
It's weird because obviously, like you say, we've got the unlimited transfers, but if you're 0.1 out, again, you're bringing in the most popular players of the game. Oh,
Yeah,
we've got a penalty. Penalty for Brighton against Arsenal. Danny Welbeck's taken it. He scored. It's 1-1.
Watching the wrong game. Zaha versus Forest, says Andre D. Zaha's a troll.
This is what makes me laugh though, because without sounding horrible to these people, but like, I asked the question genuinely in the members chat the other day, and I had two people that I respect their opinion give me two completely different answers, and it's like, well, one of them's kind of
it's subjective, man.
Yeah, of course it is.
Andy Hibbert's like, Jason, you need Haaland back in. Yeah, 1 week of not having him.
Yeah,
it's like, just, can I get myself past this weekend? I'll have him back in. If he doesn't rise, then worst case scenario, he goes up in 1.1, right? Then I can make the moves, but with nothing in the bank. I can do the moves. Like Fozzie's saying surely -20 is not worth it for 1 absolutely not worth it for 1 week. Completely not when the next week I can do it for free. Next week I can do it for free and I'm taking a -20. Steve-O just wants me to do it because he's got buyer's remorse. He's already done a -4. So, I'm now 16 points better than him.
Yes.
Red arrow, Steve-O.
Well, unless Kulusevski comes through with a double-digit haul, which I generally expect, and I have a feeling he will
You're
do.
funny.
Darwin to come through with a double-digit against Southampton.
I don't know where you're getting that Kulusevski rubbish from. He'll be playing attacking role, but he's not going to come through for you.
He's playing Leeds. I don't care what anybody says. They'll be battering them on Saturday afternoon.
Battering them?
Yeah.
Have Spurs battered anyone this season?
Yes, Southampton.
What was the score?
Leicester.
What was the score in those games?
4 goals past Leicester. 5 goals past Leicester. In fact, no, it was 6 goals past Leicester, sorry.
In game week 2 or something? Let's have a look. Oh, that was 6-2. Yeah, game week 8.
Yep.
That was when Leicester would really.
You got to remember, Tottenham have had injuries as well.
They had a full squad then.
Yes. Yeah.
They haven't got a full squad now.
What I saw of Tottenham against Liverpool. Once Kulusevski.
If you speak to Brew, he's almost like at the point of ripping up his season ticket, isn't he?
Well, yeah, I'm not going to say, but I already know.
No, but the thing is, like, the point I'm trying to make is like Tottenham aren't exactly.
Yeah, but this is.
But I'm getting Kane in, so.
Well, yeah, and I think that the link-up play that Kulusevski will have will be good enough this weekend.
Doesn't matter, Steve-O. Jace doesn't have Haaland. Shut up, Steve-O. I've got a comment to read out.
Yeah.
The Dreads saying, doesn't matter, Steve-O. Jason doesn't have Haaland. Effective ownership is going to murder him either way.
Well, if Haaland blanks and Salah comes through, then who's laughing? That's my...
If Steve-O captains Haaland, it's all over for Jason.
Yeah, but again, this is what makes me laugh about people.
I love the fact you guys are just a foregone conclusion.
Yes. For all we know, Haaland doesn't start against Bournemouth. Brentford.
Wouldn't that be freaking funny? Wouldn't that be? I would do a stream just laughing, just be on the camera going.
Oh, super chat, yeah.
His team line up on the screen.
Come on. What do you think about this here? Brozier, really strong, I thought there.
I think that referees need to sort themselves out and get a grip of the game. It's a contact sport. How are you guys monitoring Newcastle? Via the radio is the answer to that. Anything the radio said, Steve-O?
No.
Newcastle, Crystal Palace?
I haven't said anything. I haven't mentioned their name whatsoever. And they've got a second string out anyway. There's no one of importance playing for Newcastle tonight. If I could actually find their name, which for some bizarre reason I can't. Even though Tottenham play... Oh, there. That's why. What's going on here at City? Yellow card for Koulibaly, it looks like.
Oh.
In fact, here is an update from Newcastle now. Not a great deal's happening. That's a quote for you. in a dire 0-0 game. I suppose players of interest in tonight's game would be Pope and St Maximin, but essentially it's sounding like John Joe Shelby with an effort. But apparently it sounded like an absolutely atrocious game. Not particularly going the way people thought it was. Man City have got a direct free kick outside the Chelsea box. Mahrez and Gundogan standing over this. Grealish also. I reckon Gundogan takes this. A 2-4 5-man wall, or 6-man. Then you've got obviously the two Man City players in front of that wall. Everybody back for Chelsea. Gundogan, just puts it over the top. Of course, Wolves and Leeds are playing tonight as well. Completely forgotten about that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this this game week 16 because obviously, like you say, it's then a 5-week break from Premier League, and we can all reevaluate, reassess where we are and everything. And if
I'll learn another song by then.
Yes, if you'd have probably learnt another instrument by then.
Well, then you can tell me a song that you want me to cover on drums, and I'll learn it in the period of FPL being...
It's got to be an Avenged Sevenfold song, hasn't it?
Okay.
Just an Avenged Sevenfold song, I don't care what it is.
Which...
anyone that you personally prefer.
But you do realise that Avenged Sevenfold is like more intermediate advanced drumming as opposed... It's like metal drumming is a little bit further down the road. You don't... I'm a beginner drummer. You don't go straight into... Well, I mean, okay. I mean...
You're a quick learner, though.
Yeah. I've picked it up pretty quickly, but there's still a few issues with my limbs that I need to sort out. That one limb doesn't want to play ball. My right... So my kick... My foot for the kick drum doesn't always... stay independent when I'm doing like fills. A horror movie this week, template night horror movie this weekend, says Dread FPL. What? Seven Nation Army, that's easy.
That's just a bass drum, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
No, I agree with John Harris. I'm looking forward to the break. I mean,
do you like horror movies? Says. Yeah, what are you going to be doing in the break, Stevie?
Work.
To answer the question about horror movies, I don't mind horror movies. They don't do anything for me. Like, I don't get gripped by them. I've not seen a horror movie that I've really... I'm trying to think of one horror movie that I've watched that I've actually been disturbed by. Probably when I was younger, as It was pretty crazy. When I was younger, like my teens. What about you, Steve-O? Do you like horror movies?
I prefer the old school ones because they were
The Ring.
horror
The Ring
movies.
was pretty. The Ring was pretty good. when Blair Witch came out at that time, that was pretty cool. That was more cool than like scary.
The issue with nowadays though is just the simple fact that they are all about as much blood as possible. It's just like, no, that does not make a good horror movie.
No, it should be psychological. Like you should be thinking like, where is like what's the next? What's going to happen? What's gonna?
And it was Saw that ruined the franchise because it
started off okay, but then they milked it, didn't they? Just milk, like,
just a bit.
A little bit like Final Destination. That was the first Final Destination movie was actually pretty decent, but then they just milked the crap out of that too. And then everyone was like, oh, well, we're just waiting now to see what happens. You know, they're going to...
Chelsea on the attack at the moment with Pulisic going... good effort there. Well
I'm just watching the attack now, so I know nothing happens. That was a good save.
A nice solo run there. Do you reckon he could have done better pulling it out to the left-hand side? With whoever that player is, number 67. I reckon he should have pulled it to the left.
So Pulisic was running on with the ball, and he's offside, isn't he? He's offside. You couldn't pass to him. Laporte's pulled a muscle, it seems.
Well, this is the thing.
There's a goal. It's at West Ham.
Oh, really?
West Ham 1, Blackburn 1.
Hopefully Antonio scored.
Just seen it on the live score.
Oh. Yeah, here we go.
Arsenal Brighton 1-1. That's. When was that? When was that goal? When did that goal go in?
When I told you Danny Welbeck got a penalty.
All right, cool. I was paying attention.
Antonio has scored. Excellent. Oh, hold on a minute. It's Fornells that got the goal, sorry. Antonio was charging down the goalkeeper.
Oh, false, fake news.
Fornells has actually got the goal. I'm glad, because Antonio's so much better than Scamacca.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Can't say I've seen that one. Question, will you be streaming the World Cup games? No.
No.
No. I mean... This is a first, actually, isn't it? Streaming at Cup games. We've never streamed when the Cup games have been on before. But I feel like with you being away last week, it was just like do
you actually even have any interest in the World Cup, Chase?
I'll watch England. That's about it. I won't watch any of the other games. I don't expect England to go far. What about you?
I know nothing. We need Dan on it because I know nothing about.
I mean, if we get out the group stages, it'll be a win. Like, I'll be happy with that.
Right. Okay.
Just get knocked out in the quarters, probably.
I've always had this conversation. When I made this point with Dan, actually, I said to him, the reason why I can't stand international football is just the fakeness of everybody. And it kind of stems from work where people would complain to me that look
at this very, very quickly. Sorry to interrupt you, but there was a comment written in the chat. Sheffield beating managerless Southampton.
Yeah.
You know, and who's playing Southampton?
Sheffield Wednesday.
No, next.
Oh, Liverpool, yeah.
Yeah, and I've got Darwin and Firmino, and I'm not taking them out. Sorry, carry on. What you were going to say?
It just stems to the fact that how.
Hang on, we've got another comment. I'm only joking.
It just seems to stem back from like the fakeness of people, where it's like we hate football, and as an international tournament comes along, like they're the biggest fans. You just like, I just hate the way England play football as well. It just balls the crap out of me, and I can already hear someone go, "Well, why don't you support France or Brazil?" And it's just like, I just don't care. Me personally, just glad of the break from football. Will I be watching any of it? If it's on, I may tune in, but I'll probably be more interested in watching the wrestling, to be honest with you. I was on with the Skype call actually, Jason, for 4 hours.
Oh, talking about wrestling, I have to say I was pretty impressed with something I saw from the wrestling the other day. Logan Paul.
Right, okay.
Very impressed. All seriousness, I'm not a fan of his. I think he's a prat. However, I believe he's only had 3 competitive games in WWE. And I saw a highlight reel of the footage from the Crown Jewel event, was it? Or something like that?
Right, yeah.
And have you seen it?
I watched 2 matches and I had to turn it off.
No. Did you see
Logan
his...
Paul?
Yeah. No,
I saw a small clip and I was like, oh, that's quite good.
No, give credit where credit's due. I mean, I don't watch wrestling anymore. I haven't watched it for years and years and years. But credit where credit's due. All the moves he did were perfect, like to a T. Like even the frog splash off of the top rope onto the table was well executed whilst holding a mobile phone in his hand. I mean, I just felt he did the flip over the ropes as well. I mean,
yeah, I saw that.
You can't just do that sort of stuff. Like you have to be very athletic to do that sort of stuff. And fair play, credit where credit's due. He's definitely an athlete. He's definitely a very fit individual, and very impressed by the highlights. Anyway, I didn't see the match. I saw the highlights. That was close, wasn't it? An opportunity, just wide by Gundogan feeding in number 19. Who's that? Alvarez. My man Alvarez. Oh dear, I hope he doesn't play 90 minutes.
Oh, he'll be playing 90 minutes, don't worry about that.
Oh, great, I hope not. Support Wales, Steve-O, says D. Musk. Hello, Connor. Can't beat Monday Night Raw. I don't know, I was a SmackDown... I used to like SmackDown, because it was the Rock was on the SmackDown, wasn't he? Back in like the 2002, 2003, 2004.
So. Yeah.
It was The Rock and Triple H, The Rock.
He was Billy on Raw, Triple H.
Was he on Raw?
Yeah, he was when the.
But the thing is though, I never used to watch it on the Monday. So this is the thing, it used to be on the Saturday, and I think they used to have like a mixture of SmackDown and Raw.
Well, SmackDown is basically a highlights package of Raw, and it'll have its own little matches.
Right, that's what it was then. Because I must have seen Raw as a part of the SmackDown, highlights or whatever it was.
The SmackDown brand was just to essentially highlight the more lower card wrestlers, like Crash Holly as an example, Hardcore Holly and Viscera.
Scotty Too Hotty.
Yeah.
Scotty Too Hotty with the worm. Oh my god. Whatever happened to him anyway?
He's still wrestling. He's in really good...
No, he ain't.
He is. He's only like 42, 43.
No way.
Yeah.
Rikishi, there was the Hardy Boys with Lita, there was I'm trying to think of the most craziest. The Big Show was just ridiculous. My favorite, like I said, I always say my favorite moment with watching wrestling was definitely the hardcore games. I used to do the hardcore matches. So I think Hell in the Cell, hardcore. Even the table ladder chair games were pretty good matches. I used to actually have the PlayStation game, SmackDown game.
Penalty of Southampton.
Penalty Southampton?
Yeah, Southampton got a penalty.
No way.
Ward Prowse is going to be taking it.
1, 2, 3 kid.
Goal. 1-1.
Who's 1, 2, 3 kid?
X-Pac.
Oh, right. Oh, can you remember Generation X? D-Generation X. That was Triple H and...
Billy Gunn and Road Dogg. Corey.
Yeah.
X-Pac.
Oh, God, yeah.
You're lucky you're not having to watch 2011 WWE.
No, I stopped watching WWE when I think it just switched to WWE. It was WWF, wasn't it? It was WWF, and then it switched to WWE.
I think a lot of people of our generation kind of stopped watching like 2001, 2002-ish.
Yeah, yeah. I really liked the Brothers of Destruction. But there was a point where Kane was against The Undertaker for a little while. And they had like a rivalry going. Remember that?
They've had an on-off rivalry for years, them two did.
Is The Undertaker retired now?
Yes. Yeah, he's not coming back. I mean, you say all that, but he probably will be. But no, he's done. He's finished.
His body's probably taken a battering over the years.
Yeah. I mean,
who was he against? It was Mankind, wasn't it? When in that Hell in the Cell when he got battered up in that one,
yeah. Well, I've just watched the WrestleMania 27 from 2011, and at the end he faces Triple H, and at the end of the match he's just essentially crippled. Oh, right. He can't move. That was horrible to look at, and that's 2011. He still continues wrestling for another 8-9 years.
Yeah.
Once a year at WrestleMania. And it's pretty awful to watch.
Good night, Gary. Take care, mate. FPL Fozzie saying, what's your view on Brett losing to Chicken Wing?
Chicken Wing, is that
to the Chicken Wing?
Backlund? I don't. Again, this is an era I don't have a clue about. From 2000 to 2001.
Steve-O really likes wrestling that much that he has to go back in time to watch it again. Because the current generation of wrestling isn't up to his.
It's not accessible enough. The problem with the WWE now is that on the WWE Network it's 6 weeks behind. It's ridiculous. Like, I've always made this argument for the WWE Network to be successful. I know they have to like do all these different contracts and everything, but you put Raw and SmackDown just a couple of days after they've gone out live. It's quite simple. But
what year was it that Vince got his head shaved?
Again,
because that was roughly around the time that I stopped watching it.
I'm guessing 2005, 2006. I really don't know.
Right.
But you're aware he's completely gone now.
No.
Yeah, it was a few weeks back. Triple H is now in charge officially.
Oh right, okay.
And the product.
What about Shane McMahon? Is he still around?
No, he had a massive falling out with his dad. Like a genuine.
Wow, like a proper bust up.
Falling out, yeah. And
Stephanie?
She's still, yeah, of course she's still part of it.
Right.
I think that was really the dream from the off once them two got married.
Right, just
to take over.
To continue the brand.
By all accounts, it's a lot better. It's a lot better these days. Oh, and by the way, you're ahead of me now.
What do you mean?
Because my thing started lagging, so...
Yes!
You're ahead by 5 seconds.
Yes. Good night, Dread. Oh no, he's not going. Good night, Gary, I should say, again, the second time. Shawn Michaels, he's just a sexy boy. That was pretty cringe, wasn't it? Shawn Michaels. Sweet Chin Music. HBK.
During the 98 run with Triple H, he was fantastic.
Oh, the tag team, yeah.
Yeah, him and Triple H together in China were just incredible.
Yeah, China was like, you wouldn't mess with China, God.
No, well, you wouldn't back in the day, but once she started getting plastic surgery and stuff.
Yeah. Actually, I believe there was a tragic story behind her.
There's a serious mental health issues before she took her own life. But she, I don't think she took her own life. Do you know what? I don't even know the details. In fact, do you know what? I'm going to Google as to what actually happened with China.
I think it may have been overdose.
An overdose, yeah. Let's have a look here.
Very sad.
Accidental drug overdose, yeah.
Yeah, it's such a shame.
But yeah, she had severe problems. You know, she had so much plastic surgery, a lot of steroid use.
Yeah.
It's not good for you.
No. And I would say I used to be, when I was like really into it, sort of like in the early 2000s, like, oh, is that a handball? No. By Ruben Diaz. Yeah, touched his hand, but they've ruled it as accidental. No, Chris Benoit. That was another one that mental health, and
I mean that's beyond mental health. That's just psychopathic.
Yeah,
what he did.
But he was a good wrestler. Good wrestler.
Yeah,
just
very good.
Yeah. Chris Jericho.
Well, he's still going to this day, and he's just.
Well, I'm not naming dead ones. Like, I was just saying, like, you know, wrestlers that I used to like. You know, another one was what's his face? I used to like Edge and Christian.
Yeah, wasn't really their biggest fan.
Because I used to think that they used to go well. They used to complement the Hardy Boys. Used to go against them quite a lot, quite well in the table, ladders, and chair matches. Used to find them quite good.
Ironically, I prefer them as solo wrestlers more than as a tag team.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I know what you mean, though. Their complement with fighting.
It was the Dudley Boys, I would say, were the best complement to the Hardy Boys, weren't they? To be fair.
Oh, them two were just fantastic. Yeah. A few years older, a bit more long in the tooth in the business, and was able to get the best out of.
Chris Jericho's in movies, is he? I know that. Christian, was it Edge? Edge went into acting.
A lot of
he was in Vikings, wasn't he?
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was in as one of the settlers in Iceland towards the end of the series.
This game is not really.
It's all in the middle of the park. This game, Man City, Chelsea, all of it's kicked around in the middle of the park. Not much in terms of clear-cut opportunities. Just so much at the moment.
Sounds like a lot of these games tonight. Not many goals.
Legion of Doom. Who was that?
You know, the ones that would wear those like American football style body jackets, but with spikes. They were absolutely ginormous.
Wait, let me Google them.
You'll recognise them when you see them, but when I knew of them, they were terrible. But they were more better in the 80s, apparently. The late 80s, early 90s was their era.
When what's his face? Rey Mysterio came onto the scene, I thought he was pretty good.
Yeah.
Road Warriors, Legion of Doom.
Yes,
No, I just didn't.
You don't know? No?
No, I don't know them.
Wow.
They surely couldn't have wore that in the ring.
No. They would take it off and then.
I was gonna say
two jacked up, huge. They had some serious issues as well.
I tell you, who was good as well. Latino Heat. Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, another one.
Very. Yeah.
I still can't get my head around the fact he was married to Vicky Guerrero. I just can't.
Who?
Yeah, exactly. Who? Another terrible
who's
gimmick.
Vicky Guerrero?
She became SmackDown Raw general managers, and she's awful. No. A very annoying character with an extremely annoying
Bushwhackers. No, the 90s era. So I started watching wrestling in about 99, 98, 99. Yeah. I stopped watching it in about 2004, 2005.
Nice save there from Mendy there, Jace, from Grealish. Grealish seems to be a bit livelier tonight.
You think that Kepa comes back and takes that spot straight away?
Yes. But when's he back, though? That's the...
Well, we've got a break now, haven't they? So... I think he'll be back 27th December.
be fair, that half has gone pretty quick. We're almost at half time for this specific game. There's been no updates from the Liverpool match whatsoever. I'm assuming another quiet. But the problem is that when you're going to be playing your second strings, and the fact that it's a cup competition which no one really wants to be part of, these games are going to be a bit damp, a bit flat.
Going back to wrestling, did you think that Brock Lesnar was like the most intimidating?
Oh yeah,
wrestler that's ever been.
Even when I first ever saw him, I knew immediately, like, you're a different human being.
Like, if he wanted to, he could win any game. Like, I just felt like when I saw the matches, I thought, like,
he actually
was just
proved
an
it when he went
an absolute beast.
He proved it when he went to UFC, though. When he went to UFC, he won his first match, for crying out loud, and he beat one of the best UFC fighters out there. And he just dominated the sport, and he's still.
What's he doing these days? I know he was in
wrestling.
Is he still in wrestling?
Yeah.
What? WWE? What? Really? Current now?
Yeah. His gimmick is like a farmer.
A farmer?
Yeah. I don't really like it, but a lot of the fans think it's really, really good. And he just had a match with Bobby Lashley at Crown Jewel.
Is he still as big as he was?
Oh yeah, he's a freak. He's a genetic freak, though. And
he's a one-off, isn't he? You don't see people like that.
His match against Bobby Lashley, I thought, was absolutely atrocious. In fact, I found it embarrassing, to be honest with you. I really didn't like it. But yeah, he is a genetic freak, and he was not.
Wasn't he one of the few people to lift the Big Show up or something? To do he held him up in the air like a suplex, but he held him.
Oh, no. That would have been. No one could do that. It'd be physically impossible.
I'm pretty sure it was him.
Oh no! How's he done it? Oh, did you see that, Jace, with this haul for Chelsea? Put through by Pulisic. He should be doing better.
I'm watching it now. He's hit it at the goalie.
This is why these players just have to take these
opportunities. He's got an opportunity. He's hit it. He's bottled it. He's hit it at the goalie. Yeah. Oh dear.
And it frustrates me because these players, in training.
Well, that's your chance. You're never starting again.
Yeah. In training, these players seem to be scoring 50-yard strikes and free kicks with a wall that's 50 foot high or whatever.
I'm pretty damn sure. Didn't he do He did a body to body suplex. Do you know when they do that around like a bear hug?
No, what he did was a suplex off the top rope and the ring broke.
Oh, I know he did something where no one else has been able to do it to the Big Show. He's just too heavy.
He did F5 the Big Show as well. But yeah, at the end of the day, Brock Lesnar, when he came into WWE, was just an absolute dominant species, beating The Rock at SummerSlam 2002, 2003, and he just went on from strength to strength. And then he left in 2004. And then I think that was when he went into UFC, actually, in 2004, possibly. I don't know quite the dates. Dominated in that, and then he just came back.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, there was him, and there was the other one that there was what's his face? What was his name?
Goldberg?
Oh God, no. He's now in acting. He starred in. Hang on, wait for it. I don't watch many movies. The Marvel one, the super, the where they're in space. and Chris Pratt's in it as well. And
Oh, Batista.
That's it. Yeah, he's actually a good
Guardians
actor.
of the Galaxy. You're thinking.
That's it. Guardians of the Galaxy. Batista. He's pretty insane as well. In terms of,
Well, he's a former bodybuilder, but he's got a really strange-looking chest. Like it's a very weird-looking chest. But
oh right, yeah, with pecs. You mean?
yeah,
Pectoral muscles.
yeah. Very peculiar. It's like really flat, and it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
there's a wrestler called Chris Masters, and he's got a really peculiar-looking chest. Like it just doesn't make sense the way it looks. It's just completely out of proportion to the rest of his body.
Is he still around?
Batista, yes, yeah, but he doesn't do wrestling.
Right. Okay. I know he's still
films.
around. But I just didn't know if he was in wrestling anymore.
No, I don't think he's retired from it, but he's certainly
He's off the roster.
yeah, I don't think they'd be going back to him unless they paid him a lot of money. But I don't think they want to be spending literally millions of pounds to be bringing back. They'd rather get The Rock to come back. The idea possibly to be taken on Roman Reigns. That is apparently the general consensus of the wrestling community, but will The Rock come back to WWE to have a wrestling match again? I very much doubt
How many
it.
times has he come back? He's been coming back all the time.
2-3 times. The last time he came back was at WrestleMania 3 years ago, and it was literally just a rock bottom Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, and that was it. You know, it was embarrassing.
Right.
And they were making out like that was a WrestleMania match. And you're like, you can't classify that as a WrestleMania match.
Oh, hang on. So, Dazid says he thinks it was Goldberg that did the suplex. Interesting.
Yeah, if you're thinking of him doing the
I know
jackhammer.
someone lifted up the Big Show and held him above his head and then suplexed him.
Yeah, that was probably Goldberg, but that would have been in WCW.
But he left him up, he lifted him up and held him for like 3 or 4 seconds. And like, I remember the commentator was like, "No one's ever done that to the Big Show before."
I don't even think it was for 3 or 4 seconds. I think it was like a second. It's just, you physically can't do it. It's impossible because the body's just too big.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
But that would have been about 98 when that happened.
Oh, just seen the price of Bitcoin.
Gone down again. Since we
Don't look at charts.
Hold on a minute. We've got a goal. Nottingham Forest has scored against Tottenham.
All right, okay. What is this Tottenham team looking like, by the way? I didn't ask.
It's
You got Harry Kane.
up top.
Oh my god. Might have to revise my plan.
And the goal scorer, I believe, could be Awonyinyi, I think.
Your man. Your cheat code.
Yeah. I think. Because I don't see any name other than... Yeah, it could be this. Awonyinyi.
Animations, we're good, man. We're good. We're just chatting, casually chatting about wrestling. Even though I haven't got a clue what's going on this day and age. Chatting about anything, really. If you guys want to join in conversation, come on Discord.
Brazilian on loan from Atletico Madrid. But
I thought you were going to get him in. This.
well, I couldn't, could I? Because of the crash.
The crash. You can get him in now.
I've got Darwin. Your man.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll be. And it's right. Okay, it's a left back. It's Lodi. Renan.
Right,
Lodi.
I'm gonna go get a cup of tea, Steve. You chat to the stream for a few minutes. Make sure you don't leave them out. Don't make them feel left out now.
Yeah. Can't leave the stream out. It's against the rules of Twitch and Rumble. What's it Jason said? We can't access Rumble. So what's the guy from 5 Live doing on here? I keep forgetting his name. On Sky Sports. Strange. But my chat is so far behind. I don't even look at it, to be honest with you. It's so far behind that Dazid, Steve Black was underrated. He wasn't. He was terrible. As a fighter, yeah, he was very, very good. But as an actual wrestler, waste of space. So I think Foden starts on the weekend. Again, these are questions I don't know the answers to, other than if he's not playing today, then there's a very high chance that I'd probably put him on a minute. Nottingham Forest in the attack at the moment. Sounds like Nottingham Forest all over Spurs at the moment. Confidence high. Again, Nottingham Forest at home are a different animal compared to when they're away from home. I don't expect that Crystal Palace game to be particularly high scoring, despite the fact that people seem to be making out Zaha's going to be scoring 12 goals against them. I expect that to be a very tight, low scoring, boring 0-0, 1-0 either way. Something like that. God, a lot of people bang on about very old wrestlers. Like, no one seems to make. On a minute, Surridge, and again, it sounds like Nottingham Forest are really going for this match at the moment. Forster with a good save there from Surridge. Daz is saying Forest are better at home lately. Yeah, they are. They're very, very good of late. All these. Just what makes me laugh, though, all these people that delve deep into stats and everything, and it's like, well, Forest concede X amount of million chances at home and everything, but the reality of the situation is at home. Last 6 fixtures. Okay, 2-2 against Brentford, but in fact, they've barely played at home in the last 6, so I'm going to have to go back to here, and they beat Liverpool 1-0. They drew with Aston Villa 1-1. Okay, they were in a high-scoring game against Fulham, which they lost 3-2. Again, another match 3-2 Bournemouth, but the last, barring the game against Arsenal, they since Nottingham Forest against Aston Villa 1-1, 1-0. 0-0, 1-0, 5-0 to Arsenal, then 2-2, and now they're winning against Tottenham 1-0 as it stands right now. And this isn't exactly boding well for someone like myself who's brought in Kulusevski. Will it be a weekend where it would be a case of you may as well have just burnt 2 free transfers, 2 weeks on the bounce, left the team as it is? I will be putting money on Trent Alexander-Arnold to be scoring, assisting, clean sheet. Same with Zaha, same with Skamaka. Just covered that inevitable. Surridge again. But either way, I mean, Nottingham Forest of late, they've won 1 game in the last 11 games. They're shit. Essentially, they are absolutely terrible. So, do I watch any current wrestling? No. In fact, I was on a podcast today. I was on a Skype call for 4 hours with Bang Bang Podcast, who is Andy, and he is very similar to this channel, same as Chain Wrestling. It's an independent wrestling podcast that just talks about old school wrestling, and his knowledge is just ridiculous. And it was an absolute pleasure meeting the guy, you know what I mean, over Skype. And we just spoke so before we hit the record button, we spoke for 40 minutes about Burnley and Bristol City. And then he hit record, we spoke for goal, Lingard, 2-0. Wow. Lingard with the goal. Hilarious. Surridge with the assist. But yeah, spoke 2.5 hours about Survivor Series 2013, and then we covered a Christmas special where he asked me what is one of my favourite matches of all time, and I chose the Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 2015, where Seth Rollins cashes in, which is an absolutely phenomenal match. It's just a UFC match, basically. It's great. It's a very, very enjoyable. Jace, guess what, mate?
What's going on?
Nottingham Forest are now 2-0 up. Lingard. Well,
Yeah,
Richarlison and Kulusevski are coming on.
Oh, there we go.
Here we go. Richarlison.
Just in time for him to get injured, Steve. Now, wouldn't that be something?
I'll just do a -20.
Sorry, chat. Time to end the stream.
Bring Zaha back in for a supposed hat trick. Still 0-0 between Newcastle and Crystal Palace. Apparently it's still an absolutely flat, dire, boring game. But by the way, does anybody here watch? I don't know if you know of them, Jace. FPL Juice? You must know of them.
I know of them. I've never watched them.
No, again, I'm not going to profess to watch them on a regular basis, but they were live yesterday, and I just thought, you know what? For 20 minutes or so, I'll just tune in. And I must say, I am, as patronising as it sounds, very, very impressed by their setup. I know Boona is legitimately good friends with the two of them. And they had a segment, this was hilarious. They had a segment called Plonker's Beef. And essentially, there's a guy in the community called FPL Plonker. Again, he seems like a very nice guy. And I don't know how he gets the information, but he just basically looks out for fantasy football beef on Twitter. And there was some ridiculous argument between this character called Hindu Monkey and FPL Fella, who I believe could be part of Fantasy Football Hub. I could be completely wrong with that.
I wonder how many other FPL content creators shout our name out in their streams.
It's 0. And
yeah.
He essentially was just reading out a private message conversation between this Hindu Monkey and Fella, and I'm not going to lie, I was legitimately laughing my head off.
Well, I only know Hindu Monkey from Fantasy Football Scout.
Right, okay. Well,
if it's the same one or not.
I'm going to assume it is, to be honest with you. And yeah, a very, very funny segment. I did have to tweet about it because I was legitimately laughing my head off. But it is something of obviously you've spoken about a studio-based show with me and you, and I think they're based in London. I think London, and yeah, a very, very like fun show.
Shouldn't have these many biscuits. It's not healthy, Steve.
What biscuits you eating?
Rich tea.
I don't eat food after 6 o'clock really. It's like you said.
What, your body's your temple, is it?
Have you seen my belly?
Just the 12 donuts. It's alright because he ate them at 5 minutes to 6.
Antonio's just hit the post. Arsenal are supposed to.
Not like your flatmate wakes up at early hours in the morning, goes downstairs and starts making himself.
Did you hear that? Did you?
Yeah. It's like your body shouldn't be eating it that time of night, and I'm like guilty.
Well, not when you've been asleep. To then wake up to eat.
Yeah,
food,
you don't wake up when you're asleep. I'm normally eating at that time of night because I'm down the shed.
Yeah, of course.
Eating my twiglets. Must be close to Christmas.
Chat, what are your favourite snacks?
Yeah.
God's sake. Is this what it's come to, Jay? In fact, Jace, I'll tell you what. Do you want to get while you can?
We're going to get more complaints.
Oh,
do you actually talk about football on this
channel?
channel?
Goal at Arsenal. Brighton scored.
Brighton have scored.
2-1.
Trossard. Tell me it's Trossard.
I think it could be Matoma.
Who?
Matuma. He's a midfielder. 4.9, I believe. I know Bilal was banging on about him taking Estepinion's place. But, yeah, 2-1 to Brighton. Yes, Harry, yes. Hello, mate. FL Joyce. Yeah, here's a good show. Animation saying, is Wilson involved tonight? No, I don't think so. Let's have a quick look here regarding Wilson, if he's even on the bench. Apparently they've got a really strong bench tonight, Newcastle, but I don't know. I don't think they're going to risk Wilson because he came off saying that he's not particularly not particularly happy with the way he was feeling. So let's have a quick look if Wilson is on the bench tonight. All I can tell you is that the only two first teamers starting today are Pope and Joe Linton. I'm surprised Pope is playing. The answer is Wilson is not on the bench tonight. So it's players that you don't really care about apart from Almiron and Guimarães and Trippier. But I don't think they're going to come on. The game's supposed to be really, really flat. Nothing really going on at all. And, I mean, even Zaha isn't even on the bench for Crystal Palace, surprisingly. I was just about to look at that message now. Where is it here? Mitrovic to Solanke or Doherty to Ben White? I would say Doherty to Ben White, to be honest with you, because at the end of the day, Mitrovic has got a really good fixture against Man United.
Ben White's,
doing quite high scoring, and with Doherty, there is a possibility that he plays against Leeds, but I think if I was to do one of the two, it would be Doherty to Ben White, if anything. Yeah, Harry, we're both fine. This is the first stream me and Jace have done for a week. I've been away for a few days. Jason's been keeping up the content, been doing so. I must say, Jace, obviously I said it in the members video, your content's been really good this weekend. I know Dan really enjoyed it. That video you did was excellent.
Well, the old classic clickbait. 7 minutes. I mean, I just feel a bit, it's not really like me. I don't like doing that sort of stuff. I just chilling, chatting. Okay. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I only did that video because I was spending time. I would have much preferred to have recorded the discussion that I did in Hangouts before that video was posted. I feel that would have been more, like, ironically, it wouldn't have been more entertaining for a YouTube audience, but I feel it would have been more interesting for the Elite FPL community.
Right. Okay. Do you want to expand on that?
Well, it's just the combination of players that were going around and the thoughts that were going around in the Hangouts were interesting. How I got through the process of elimination of each individual combination of players, and then eventually arrived at that one after deliberating about it for a good hour with the people in the Hangouts. Yeah.
Who was involved in this? I know you mentioned Podner.
There was Podner. There was Buffy. There was quite a few people in there. Dredd was in there for a bit as well. Boona joined in as well. Mainly, the regulars. The regular Hangouts crew. Firetog was around as well.
Just to let people know,
One Life was there.
Harry Kane and Perisic have actually come off. Sessegnon isn't looking good either. I think Conte has realised we're not winning this, and he's taken off obviously two of his best players, so they'll be starting. Well, Kane will be, but Perisic looks like he'll be playing against Leeds. Calvin Phillips and Bernardo Silva coming on. Gundogan's coming off. So
one thing I've noticed, Phil Foden's not playing.
No, Animations asked a question. Do I think he will start? I mean, again, it's one of
I
those
think he will.
He will. I mean, again, there's a 70% chance of him starting against Brentford. Obviously, it's the lunchtime kickoff. I think that a lot of people will be, of course, tuning into various deadline streams, finding out what the team news is, and here's a question for you. How was the panic genuinely on Saturday once you realised, because it did sound very animated when you discovered that the site had crashed and you couldn't do what you wanted to do?
Well, it basically started a panic, didn't it, for a lot of people that were wanting to capitalise on the news that Foden and Haaland weren't starting, and I mean, I guess it's quite concerning when the game is supposed to be live for a 15-minute period between 1:15 it was to, was it 1:15? Yeah, to 1:30. You expect the game to be up, and then for it to be essentially DDoSed by tens of thousands of FPL managers trying to change their team. It's quite frustrating. But I think it's
hundreds
frustrating.
of thousands probably.
Yeah.
Jack Grealish, 2 opportunities.
Oh, I'm seeing the free kick. They haven't taken it yet. Have they taken it for you?
I haven't seen a free kick full stop.
What minute are you on?
5-1, 38, 39, 40.
Oh, wow, you're massively behind. Jack Grealish now is on a free kick.
Oh, okay. Oh, this must be the free kick coming up now.
Mahrez takes it. He scores.
Okay.
Wow. Grealish assist. Mahrez. Everyone thought Grealish was going to take it, but no, Mahrez on the right-hand side. Cool and calmly dispatches it past Mendy on his left-hand side.
Okay.
Good goal for Mahrez. Gloves on. Oh, did it just touch? No, it didn't. It just went through the wall, pretty much. Very disappointed in that wall. Very disappointed in that wall. They should have done better there, Steve-O. They really should have done better there, man.
Well, I'm going to find out now. Watching it. So I'm assuming Grealish passes it on.
Pep will not Pep. Potter will be very unhappy with that when he watches that back.
Oh yeah, beautiful,
Uh,
beautiful goal there. And now it's just going to be close out the game, I'm going to assume, from Man City.
yeah, nice, easy.
The Chelsea have been awful in this
1-0.
game, haven't they?
Harry Kane's been subbed off.
Yes, yeah. They've shown no attacking threat whatsoever, have they, Chelsea?
What is going on with Chelsea? Like, they're not gelling. They're not just able to do anything, are they? They just seem very devoid of ideas.
Yeah, I mean,
They've got good players. They just don't have the output.
I think making this amount of changes as well. We were discussing on the podcast this morning that, look, for anybody that wants to build momentum, just,
What
try
podcast?
and make wins. Oh, the wrestling one that I was invited
Oh, right,
on.
okay. Yeah.
It's a different one actually today. I was on Skype.
Ziyech. Oh, there's a chance.
Yeah, I was on Skype.
A cross
with,
10 shot. Keeper had to deal with it. Yeah, carry on, sorry.
No, I was on Skype with this guy called Andy for about 4.5 hours. And
All right, okay.
yeah, I've never met him before. It was just literally, I listen to his podcast all the time. He's very, very good at what he does. A very entertaining wrestling podcast. And he kindly invited me on.
It's a bit of action, sorry. So they play FPL then?
No. They know of it, but they don't play it.
Okay.
No, I'm just going on there to talk wrestling.
I wonder, is there an FPL, is there a fantasy wrestling game?
Is there? No. There is you can bet on wrestling though.
No, I was wondering, is there a market for that?
There's definitely a market for betting,
well,
but
not fantasy wrestling.
I mean
It's trying to guess I guess trying to. Individual matches are a bit different than actual squads, aren't they? To be fair. There's betting. That's interesting. I wonder where that stands with the whole. Yeah, because they are predetermined outcomes, aren't they? So I'd imagine it's highly scrutinised.
Paddy Power do a lot of it, and they lost a lot of money when who the hell, it was somebody winning the Royal Rumble or something. They didn't get it right, and they lost a lot of money through whoever the winner was. And they're saying here that Richarlison should have won a penalty, but it's right. So apparently the free kick is given maybe for an earlier infringement.
Oh, it's a goal. Alvarez.
Oh, you're joking. 2-0.
Alvarez has got a goal and get him off at 60 minutes. He can start the next game. Is Haaland on the bench?
Yes. Yeah. All the big boys are, but they're not going to come on now, are they? Well, for some reason, Pep
Watching it back now.
On.
So, Palmer free kick. Quick
we
free
got
kick
an Arsenal
to Grealish.
3-1 to Brighton.
What?
3-1 to Brighton. Wow.
Mahrez it was with the ball into him. Oh, it's a save by Mendy and it deflects into the path of Alvarez and Alvarez 2-0 Man City. So what are they saying on the radio, Brighton? 3-1?
I don't know who the player is, but the particular player... Oh, hold on a minute. Mangala's been sent off for Nottingham Forest.
Interesting.
Mangala's been sent off for Nottingham Forest.
FPL Maestro saying, Twitter Blue is out now. Some people have just paid for a blue verification mark. Well, I got it for free. One of my accounts on Twitter.
What is this Twitter Blue? What?
$7.99.
And what is it exactly?
It's a paid subscription to Twitter to basically give you some perks like longer video uploads and NFT profile photos, and now a blue check mark, which is like a verified badge.
What, like celebrities have got or whatever?
Yeah.
Great. What, and you pay that one off, or is it like a monthly?
No, monthly subscription. Got to pay that 44 billion back somehow, haven't you?
That's ridiculous. Obviously, I know there's rumblings going on, but yeah, for the Brighton goal, a particular player was bombing it down on the wing and everything, and just slotted it past the Arsenal goalkeeper. So Alvarez scored
Sterling
7 goals this year.
on the bench still. Are you surprised about that?
No, apparently he's been terrible for Chelsea.
Well, you know, compared to what? The rest of the team?
Well, again, I don't watch enough of it to.
Yeah, it's all Sterling's fault. Yeah.
Apparently, him, Aubameyang have just not been performing whatsoever. But then again, they've got key players out, and it's no coincidence, Kante not playing.
Palmer with a chance. Palmer's shot, saved by Mendy, out to Grealish. Grealish in the box now, looking to take it past the defender. Gets held up, plays it back. And the move breaks down with Bernardo Silva. City still in possession. What's going on? I've got someone telling me loads of things are going on right now with crypto. Oh my god. Whenever I know something bad's happening when I got people messaging me.
Yeah, that's never a good sign, is it?
No.
Never a good sign, is it?
2008 all over again.
What does that mean? Is that the crash? There's some crash or something that happened.
Yeah. This is a pretty bad crash for anyone that's involved in crypto right now. A major exchange has just gone down, which is they've become insolvent, unable to have the liquidity to cover customer withdrawals. Imagine, and it all kind of started off with a tweet, and yeah. Do you know what a bank run is, Steve-O?
Have a guess.
It's when information gets told to the general public that a bank is unable to fulfill the withdrawals of its customers because it doesn't have any liquidity. And then the customers panic and they rush to the bank. Case in point, do you remember Northern Rock?
Yes.
Everyone rushed to the cash withdrawal machines, was withdrawing their money. They would have been fine. They would have survived had it not have been the fact that everyone was trying to get the money out. And yeah, liabilities are a thing, and there's only so much they can actually back up. So banks, I think they a lot of change since the financial crisis. They've got much more stricter rules now, what they have to keep on their balance sheets to make sure that doesn't happen to the same extent again. But it's actually happened now in crypto. So the second biggest exchange in crypto has been essentially destroyed. Chance! Oh, Hall with a chance and save by Ortega. What a save! Let's watch this back, Steve-O. Ziyech, brilliant skill. Oh, that is beautiful.
Ziyech, remember him?
Oh, he turns to the City defender. I think it's Diaz. I'm not sure, and passes it to Hall. And what a save that is! You'll see it in a second. Chelsea with a great chance there to make it 2-1. Ziyech again with the ball in, gets blocked.
Ball in the back of the net for Spurs, but it's ruled offside. Richarlison has scored, but put it in the back, ruled offside. Here we go. Here's the opportunity now.
Harry Dawson says the last 2 years has been seeing the biggest wealth transfer in history. Strange times. Yep. It's only going to perpetuate, unfortunately. Not financial advice, but the economy is certainly going to test a lot of people's ability to pay loans and mortgages over the next 6 months or so.
That's interesting.
With interest rates going up.
I'll make goal at West Ham. 2-1. 2-1.
Sorry, 2-1 to who?
West Ham. Antonio with the goal.
Oh wow. Okay. How's the drumming going? Very, very good. Been trying to again, like I said, limb independence is what I'm working on at the moment, and I've been doing practices, set practices with all of my limbs, and they're going very, very well. I'm actually doing sort of the beginner intermediates sort of practicing at the moment. I'm able to do majority of the beginner stuff, so I'm edging towards the intermediate. I'm very much looking forward to progressing to doing like triplets and moving on to doing the double bass. I think double bass is going to be a lot of fun. I'm perfecting the heel kick technique to do fast double to do fast bass pedal. But this you can't run before you walk. You've got to build technique before you build speed. Like most people, when they want to learn to play the drums, they go, right, I'm gonna go as fast as I can. I'm gonna learn all the fast songs. And actually, that's probably, like, according to experts that I've been watching on YouTube, and they actually say that's the worst thing you can do. You should be essentially working on your technique, working on your ability to keep time in the groove. That's way more important than being able to play fast.
You could apply that to anything, though, couldn't you? The gym world is a prime example of that, you know. People just want to go in as quickly and as heavy as possible.
Yeah, and that's just one route of, you get bad form, bad technique, because you're rushing and you're not able to control heavy weights, straight off the bat. You need to be able to build yourself up.
That's right.
So, especially when it comes to working your muscles correctly. I mean, you'll know if you're doing free weights, how to effectively work. Oh, it was a big chance for Grealish. Oh, what a chance that was. Dribbled past 3 or 4 defenders and the shot gets blocked. Mara's playing it in, but it gets cleared away. But yeah, the point I'm making is technique is so important, isn't it, when it comes to like weightlifting?
Yeah, the main one is, ironically, what all of us are to blame for this, but the reality of the situation is supposed to be contracting the muscle you're supposed to be targeting. No one does, unless you're a bodybuilder.
And also, like, patience is a big thing, right? Like when people want to learn a new skill or a hobby, they watch others are doing it and they're like, right, I want to get to that level. I want to be able to do what they're doing, whether it be bodybuilding, whether it be, I don't know, ice skating. I don't know, just thinking of some random stuff. They want to be able to emulate what they've seen and they want to be able to do it. And certainly when it comes to learning a musical instrument, you've definitely got to be patient. Patience is major. Like the amount of people that over the years have said, "Oh, can you teach me to play guitar, please? Please teach me to play guitar." And I've sat them down. I've taught them, the chords that they need to learn, the open chords. Bear in mind, I was never taught. I was self-taught. So it's very difficult to teach someone when you were self-taught yourself, because like you're very good at processing information for yourself, but it's a whole different ball game giving that to someone else. But if they haven't got the drive or the patience to go away and practice and not give up because my hands are sore, or I can't transition from one chord to the other. So I'm going to give up.
Hold on, Jay.
It's the same with-
We got a goal at Wolves. Wolves have scored. Traore, 1-0 against Leeds.
He's on fire at the moment, Traore.
It's not
Adama.
not Adama. It was the other one. Whoever the other one is.
The other one.
And
Who's the other one's name?
4 changes for Chelsea, Jace. 4 changes for Chelsea. All the big boys coming on now. So,
Interesting.
Boubacar
Traore.
That's his name.
Thank you, animations. Yeah, it's like this, Stevo. It's like this. Just the ability to start doing that. Look.
Hey, you can do it. Nice.
I can do this. I was literally playing around with my stick for about a week solid. My hands were red raw. My fingers were red raw. They were hurting so much, and I was just literally just going in the living room, just doing it constantly. And now, twirling is easy. Muscle memory, my friend. Muscle memory. It's the human body is incredible. Like, when you start to learn about muscle memory, you start to really understand how incredible the human body is. And your brain, how insane your brain is at knowing and remembering positions, timings. It's just, yeah. The human body is incredible in what it can do, what it can learn. And it comes to technique. Bad habits as well. You're making sure you're not developing those.
Harry Dawson, one of the problems with today's society.
Oh, yes, I've heard of the midnight. Yes, I've heard of the midnight. Yeah, good. Dr. Disrespect introduced me to them.
I can't stand him, Dr. Disrespect.
I like him. He's a persona, Stevo. You got to take him
I
with
get
a
it.
pinch of salt.
It's just not for me.
He does a lot for people, actually. In terms of people dealing with like real life issues, like he's actually pretty he's pretty serious about making sure, like, he knows, like, a lot of people like look up to him from in the gamer world.
Isn't he like 6'6" or something?
Yeah, he's yeah.
It's ridiculous. Harry Dawson here, though, saying one of the problems with today's society just want everything now and fast.
Yes,
Oh,
absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. People do want everything now and fast. Amazon culture. That's what we've turned into. I want to buy it now and I want it delivered later on tonight at 7 o'clock, or I want it tomorrow first thing. It's like we've all guilty of it. I mean, one of the things that ironically, crypto is what has taught me to be patient.
Yeah.
But it's also been my downfall. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword, really. Got no choice to be patient now, Steve. Portfolio's 90% down.
Yeah.
CPI figures are tomorrow as well, which isn't good. Consumer Price Index. But there's no such thing as inflation. Don't worry, it's fine.
It's been a pretty flat game, this, hasn't it,
Oh! How has he missed that? Ortega with a save. Flag is up, but that is an incredible save. I think it's Pulisic. Was it Sterling? Could be. I'm just gonna look. I didn't see who it was. He's offside. I think it's Pulisic. Yeah.
What are you watching this on? A TV or
Then TV. I'm watching it
on an actual TV?
No, it's 73 minutes and 5 seconds.
Bloody hell! You're literally a minute ahead of me.
There we go. I'm getting loads of messages, so I can only imagine right now that Bitcoin and the crypto market is in freefall. D Musk says Bitcoin price looking pretty disgusting. Well, to some it would look disgusting. For others, it would look appealing.
What do you mean by that?
Well, what I mean by that is millionaires are not made in a bull market. Millionaires are made in a bear market.
Wow.
If you're in a position that you're able to take advantage of said price drops. I mean, if you can pick up, say, I mean, look at Solana. I mean, Solana's gone down like 15.
Goal at West Ham. It sounds like Blackburn may have a goal. It's 2-2.
Wow, Blackburn
2-2.
scored. Sterling, ball goes in into the arms of Ortega again. No, the point I'm trying to make is this: if there are savvy people right now, savvy individuals that have been in multiple crypto bear markets and financial bear markets, and they are on the sidelines with stable coins, and they're literally waiting for an opportunity to make a purchase, because crypto will go back to previous all-time high. I mean, not every coin and not every token will return to its all-time high, but certainly Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, for example, all very solid projects with clear fundamentals that, if you're picking up certain assets now, I mean, it wasn't that long ago Solana was like $200, and it's now like $15.
Wow.
It's like, so but crypto's by the way, this, very, very much aware of people's polarized view on crypto. Crypto is certainly a high risk, speculative. I wouldn't advise anyone getting into it without having doing previous research and having a thorough understanding of what you're getting involved in, because 99% of crypto projects will fail.
Havertz has come on for Chelsea for this Lewis Hall.
BTC is too slow and Ethereum doesn't work. That's why I personally I like the look of Cadena, because Cadena is a proof of work consensus blockchain. It has smart contracts that are Turing incomplete, which are more secure style of code as opposed to Ethereum's EVM, and it's scalable. It's currently on 20 braided chains that can expand to an infinite number of chains, with like a 400,000 TPS throughput. I think Cadena currently has the throughput to be able to settle the stock market on top of it right now. However, adoption's not there, and it's certainly very much flying underneath the radar. But I like it because it's proof of work, and I genuinely like, if you believe in like the purest view of crypto, then proof of work is better than proof of stake. Proof of stake is much more centralized, whereas proof of work, anyone can mine it, and it's far more decentralized, whilst retaining the there's a chance here. It's a wasted opportunity. I mine Cadena, but like all the other crypto assets right now, it's suffering. Better going to a casino and putting money on red or black. It's all a gamble. I wouldn't agree on that. No, I disagree. I completely disagree. I think that the blue chip projects out there, like the Ethereums, the BNB, the Bitcoins, they've proven time and time again that market cycles are a thing. When everyone's talking about crypto and Bitcoin's reaching new all-time highs, they forget that there's an extended period of a bear market that happens before that period of time where people accumulate. And, in order to have the massive gains that you have in a bull market, you need to also have the balance out of a bear market. And all market, I mean, look at the stock exchange. I mean, it's not just crypto. Look at the stock exchange. People's portfolios are down 70%. It's blood on the streets, my friend. It's blood on the streets, and like the people that have got money that they can't afford to keep invested, they're the ones that are going to suffer. But the people that have got money in that are locking that money away for 5 years or so, they're the ones that will benefit. And the people that decide to DCA down on assets that have got inherent value tied to them in some way, shape, or form through the research that said what individual does, will what's a chance? No, they'll reap the benefits of said price increase. Like, it's not the end of crypto. Crypto's not going to go anywhere. So I disagree. It's not like going in a casino. It's a game of patience, and the majority of people won't make it because they get angry and they think that crypto is a scam, and they leave, and then only to return years later regretting that they were. I heard about Bitcoin for the first time in like 2014, 2015, and I literally said that it's a scam, that it was never going to do anything, and that no one's going to use Bitcoin. And then, last year, 2021, it reached $67,000 per Bitcoin. And I think that it's got the ability to reach well over 100,000 next bull run. But then, I'm no financial expert. I'm just a person with an opinion. I certainly don't feel bullish right now. In fact, I think the market's going to go much lower. I think it's going to go lower personally. Again, my personal opinion, not financial advice, but I do think that the blood is far from being over. But people get in above their heads and they don't understand to scale themselves in. They just put everything that they've got available in, and then they get upset when it goes down. You're supposed to scale your way in, much as when the price goes up, you scale your way out. So like the ideal investor doesn't put all his money in straight away. He scales in and he scales out. So when the price starts to moon and increase, eventually, you don't take all of it out straight away. You start taking profits, because in a bull run, you don't know the top, and in a bear market, you don't know the bottom. But anyway, when is the next bull run? 2 years. I think the next bull run's 2025.
What's a bull run?
But I think 24 months before people start. Before the mainstream news start talking about it again. That's always an indicator when everyone starts talking about it. And or like people, your friends and family start talking about Bitcoin that have never shown an interest in crypto or Bitcoin. When they start telling you about, oh, have you heard about Bitcoin? It's just at 80,000. It's just at $130,000. When people start saying that, you need to sell. That's what my personal opinion is, because that is an indicator that you're nearing a top. Keep talking about crypto. I don't want to really. I try not to talk too much about crypto because crypto is such a polarizing subject. There are people that will be in the elite FPL community that cannot stand crypto, and they cannot stand me talking about it. And I want to keep my crypto life and my elite FPL life separate because, unfortunately, crypto influencers or people that talk about crypto on YouTube, people hang on to every word they say, and I don't want to suggest anything to anyone that makes them make a decision that they will later on regret. So yes.
That's very similar to FPL, isn't it?
Yeah.
People rely on people's tips and whatever, and
there is a massive community of people out there that literally are looking for the answers, and there is no one that knows the answers. But the only difference is, whereas we may get the odd caller or person in chat that's angry that we suggested a player to bring in, it's a lot different when it's people's money. And, you know, I'm not a financial advisor, and I don't think any other crypto influencer is.
Well, just a quick one on tonight's games. Nick Pope has saved the penalty in the shootout between Newcastle and Crystal Palace.
Pulisic with the ball. Oh my God, with a chance. Pulisic again. Is that Ziyech? Sterling, the ball comes out, gets whipped in, and oh my God. How have Chelsea not scored?
Well, Ortega's been on fire tonight, hasn't he? He's been...
Oh, he miskicks it. He misjudges it. I think it's Pulisic put him off. Sorry, Sterling puts him off. I worked in casinos nearly 20 years. Yeah, I worked in an amusement arcade many years ago, and I saw the detrimental effects of gambling.
Oh, it's dark, yeah.
I saw a mother coming in every day, 4:00 in the afternoon, come in with her 2 children. She sits down on a fruit machine. The 2 children come in. She grabs a snack from the casino, gives them a can of Coke each, because the casino offer free food and drink, by the way. Grabs a can of Coke and a chocolate bar for the kids. They go walking around, and she just sits on a fruit machine just doing that.
Yeah.
All for about, I would say, 2-3 hours. And these kids are in this. Oftentimes they would still be in their school uniforms. And on a school day, you know, just sat there on a fruit machine. 4:30 in the afternoon, 5:00 in the afternoon, 6 in the evening, 7 in the evening, pressing the buttons, keep going and get some more change from the kiosk. Yeah, straight in. And in the end, we banned her. We actually banned her. Every single member of staff agreed that she was a serious addict, and there's serious protocols that you go by to identify people that have got a chronic gambling problem, and you kind of got a duty to essentially save them from themselves. And it wasn't just banning her from the premises that the amusement arcade. In fact, you'll know the amusement arcade. It's the amusement arcade in Torquay, K's Amusements. It's the
Which, is that the one?
The Golden Palms, the one that's on the promenade. Next to the car park, the long one in there. Yeah. I was worked in there for like 2 years. Right. Yeah, when I was like 16. Yeah, and used to have the old yobbos coming in as well, causing problems. Got in a few fights. But I guess the thing is, like, we banned her from that premises, but we also had contact with the other casino, which is by Route 60. It used to be Route 66.
Oh, right, okay.
Which is out towards, Living Coast's way.
Yes.
Out that way. So we had communication. We shared the details with them as well, and a photograph from CCTV saying that she's been banned. And so yeah, I mean, it's very important. I mean, think of the detrimental effect that has on not only her life, but on her children's life.
Yeah.
And it really upsets me how parents of children can give into their addictions to the detriment of their children. Like, I've seen it quite a bit, whether it be via drug, alcohol problems, or whether it be gambling problems, or whether it be just domestic problems in general. It saddens me. It really does, because there's no support in society for these children.
It's the thing. It's the children that suffer, isn't it?
Yep. And of course, what's the child's affected by it? They lash out. They become anti-authoritarian at that point. And once you start spiraling down that road, that's life-changing, completely life-changing for them. But a nice, happy conversation.
Yeah, but it's true stories though, isn't it? It's real life at the end of the day, and like you said, like we're here to cover the Carabao
Grealish
Cup.
has to look better having handbags there.
I've just seen Mason Mount had an effort go slightly wide. Newcastle have won 3-2.
I better put the scores back.
3-2 and
it's a goal! Oh my god! It's another! No, it's a goal! Chelsea score, but is it offside? The flag is up. It's coming off Ake. Ake on the line deflects it. Tries to clear it, but it goes in. The linesman's got his flag up, and he's saying offside. VAR are obviously going to come in, and they are going to look at it.
VAR in this, is it?
I presume so. Is it not?
I didn't think it was being used in any cup competition. I could be completely wrong. I normally am.
Well, you may well be right. How is offside? Oh, he is. He's offside. Yeah, he's out. He's actually off the pitch. Yeah, he's 100% offside. Don't need VAR for that anyway. Even if no, I think you're right. There's no VAR.
So I'm just watching that Aspilicueta Jack Root. That is ridiculous.
But you'll see the goal in a minute. Do you have your crypto on exchanges or a ledger? I have mine on
how's that
on a hardware wallet.
Given?
You'll see.
Yeah,
He's miles offside. Never have it on an exchange. Never have your crypto on an exchange. Unless you're like literally day trading or high frequency trading, never store crypto on exchanges. Just my humble opinion.
Sorry, who's offside in this? Oh, that player.
You
there.
see him when he crosses it
yeah.
in. He's off the pitch when the ball goes to him.
Yeah, sorry. They're just doing the penalties for West Ham. Lanzini is about to take the 5th one for West Ham.
Well, there's penalty shootout in West Ham, and there's also penalty shootout in the Southampton-Sheffield game.
Yeah, it's going to sudden death now.
Wow.
For West Ham. And just to let you know, Firmino and Darwin are both on for Liverpool.
They've come on for Liverpool.
Yeah, 0-0 that game.
What, in the 94th minute?
No, they came on like the 67th.
I was gonna say, like, they've just come on now. I'd be like, what's the point of that?
In fact, they came on. So both games, they came on in the 66th minute. Both games between Southampton and West Ham are going sudden death penalties.
Crazy, man.
Here we go. West Ham now.
So Brighton beating Arsenal 3-1. Wow. Penalties at Newcastle Palace. We've got Nottingham Forest beating Spurs.
Newcastle went through. Nick Pope saved 3 penalties.
Oh, right. It hasn't come through. I haven't seen it. Nick Pope saved 3. Did Newcastle go through?
Yeah.
Okay. Nottingham Forest beating Tottenham 2-0.
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
Sheffield Wednesday and Southampton's in a penalty shootout as we speak. We've got West Ham as well in a penalty shootout. Wolves beating Leeds 1-0. Traore getting the goal there. Liverpool Derby 0-0. Brew, we effing suck. Feel good about bringing in Kulusevski?
Yeah, I'm still confident.
Brew, should I bring in Harry Kane for a -20? Do I need to reconsider my quadremium team that I've been excited about for the last 3 days?
I'm assuming it's ended at Man City.
Man City 2-0 up. Chelsea. It's the dying seconds of the game. We're literally in the dying embers now. The referee's going to be looking at his watch with 30 seconds left.
I don't need to be on anymore. Turn it off.
Yeah, I know. I know. Okay. What's going on, man? It's injuries, right? Injuries have just been a bane of your your team for recent weeks. You guys have. It's been an up and down season for Spurs, isn't it? They've pulled out some good results, and they look like they're turning the corner. And then all of a sudden, a few injuries, and they look like the bloody bottom half table team. Bit like Man United, really.
It's funny how you're playing Aston Villa again tomorrow.
Yeah. And the game's over. 2-0 to Man City.
Bloody hell, we're now at 8-7 at the moment in the Blackburn game.
Wow.
Southampton have won 6-5. Southampton wins 6-5.
Right.
So we're now at West Ham. It's 8-7 to Blackburn. Every penalty has been scored.
Oh my God. What is going on with the markets, man? Oh my God.
Flynn Downs is...
Bitcoin is now at 15,000. 15,800.
Wow. It's now 8-all. 8-all.
For perspective, earlier on this week, Bitcoin was at 21 grand. 21,300. It's now at 15. 15.9. That's mental. That's
no,
mental. That is.
Foden and Haaland did not come on. No.
CZF, the markets are literally... FTX is no more, man. FTX is a bye-bye. $10 billion to $20 billion worth of customer assets gone.
Blackburn have scored. It's 9-8. I was hoping to be off air by now. Watch a bit of Line of Duty and go to bed.
Solana 46% down, 24 hours. Oh my God. Right. Last year, Solana was $258 per coin. Trading today, you can pick up a Solana coin, which I wouldn't advise you to do, by the way, because the markets are very volatile. $12. $12.78. $236 to $12. That's just... I mean, I'm bad enough. I won't even tell you my stories, the bloody war stories. It's disgusting. But, yeah. Crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. 2.5 trillion... I think it's like $2.3 trillion wiped off of the crypto market cap in 12 months. That's ridiculous.
Well, I can tell you now, Jace, that the goalkeeper will be... If West Ham miss the next penalty, if West Ham score the next penalty, it will be the Blackburn goalkeeper.
You'll be taking it.
If West Ham score next. It's now 10-9 to Blackburn.
Harry Dawson, Binance. But if you don't know anything about crypto, you may want to brush yourself up on knowledge before you do anything. The price...
He's missed it. Blackburn have gone through.
Hey!
Blackburn have won
nice.
10-9.
Some definite spoilers. Not spoilers. What's the word? What's the word, Steve-O? Shockers. The shocks. Some definite shocks. Tonight. Like...
No, Haaland or Foden did not play tonight. That seems to be a question everybody's asking at the moment. I don't.
I'm sorry. I just like my job for the last 18 months has been heavily centered around magic internet money. So this has certainly very much affected me.
Oh yeah, it must be legitimately.
Yeah,
absolutely.
When you see events like this happening, this is jaw dropping. Anywho, I think on that note, I'm going to bid everyone farewell. And yeah, someone offered to buy me Call of Duty, Steve-O. Some crypto bro of mine. He was like, yeah. I was like, at this point, I'll be like, can I just have the 60 quid, please? Anyway, I'll see you. I'll say goodnight to everybody. And we'll
just stay with the penalty issue. Liverpool, Derby are winning. Their goalkeeper has saved the penalty.
Oh, I do apologise. I'm just wanting to get out of here. Liverpool penalty shootout. Okay.
Yeah, and the Derby goalkeeper has saved the penalty. So, and it's a save by Kelly. So I think the first two penalties have been saved already. Oh, hold on a minute, it's 1-0 to Derby. Sorry, it's 1-0 to Derby. So it's actually 1-0 to Derby. David McGoldrick with the penalty there. It's the usual thing of we want to get out of here, and of course there's always like a 10 minutes of stoppage time, or in this case penalties. Get on with it. Crying out loud. But yeah, apparently the new Call of Duty, well, I've seen it, it actually does look pretty good.
Well, maybe I'll start up a Twitch. You can watch me on your PS5. Might be able to get a 1.1 KD, Steve-O. Warzone's free though, isn't it? So you'd be able to play Warzone for free.
Oh, I don't have time to play Warzone.
Yeah, you do. You got.
But the new one.
You got World Cup, no FPL.
Hold on a minute. Kelly has just saved again.
Wow.
It's now 1-1.
Right, I am feeling hella uncomfortable right now.
And Firmino's about to step up to make sure that they go ahead in the shootout. So if Firmino scores, it means that they're officially ahead. Will Jason's player, Firmino, is going to be leaving his team this weekend in a -20. He's missed it. He's missed it, Jace.
Who has?
Your mate Firmino. to literally put Firmino at Liverpool ahead. And he's missed it.
Right.
And it's been 6 penalties total. This is going to go on and on now, isn't it? Derby's just scored. 2-1. This is what you need. It doesn't help for the confidence for Firmino, though. Here's Darwin. Darwin stepping up now. Let's see him miss it. Here we go, Jace. Darwin taking it. But Derby are technically a penalty ahead. Goal. Goal, goal, goal. Apparently not the most convincing of penalties, but It's 2-2. Derby are taking their 5th penalty next. If it's saved or missed, then the Liverpool will be able to take advantage on their 5th penalty if this Derby penalty is missed. Dread FPL, Klopp ditching the League Cup without making it 2-0. Oh yeah, it's like all these teams. They don't care. It's a pointless cup. It's a waste of time. Especially with the amount of football. Saved. Kelly has saved it. He has saved it. Kelly has saved. So we are down to whichever Liverpool player to take it to win it for Liverpool. Here we are, Dread. You could be through into the next round. Who will be stepping up to take this? Who is going to have the pressure? Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott. Max Roberts' pick is taking the vital penalty. If he scores, they're through. If Harvey Elliott scores, they are through. If he misses, goal, they're through. Well done, Liverpool.
Yay.
In an evening of shocks. Again, another match, Jason. Liverpool at home where they've struggled against a team they should be beating. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. And
Wow.
worrying signs ahead of Southampton.
Oh, well, it is what it is.
That Salah captain's looking good.
Oh, I'm going to have to switch to KDB, I think.
Oh my god. Can we get out of here?
Yeah, yeah. What a day. Catch you guys later. Thanks so much for being here, supporting the show.
We will be back Friday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent. Cheers, everybody.
Might have sold the shed by then. See you guys.
Goodbye.
All the best.
I saw you on the road. I was chasing